Rather than returning to the others, I decided to wait just inside the access stairway for her to finally come back down. She can have time to herself, but I'm not going to leave her completely, not if there's any chance she needs me. Maybe that's forward of me, but I feel like this is something I can't back down on. Yuri's like a sister to her. She can't be taking this well. I'm waiting a while. Club time is well and truly over. But at long last, she steps back inside. MC? Yeah. I felt bad for how things turned out, and I wanted to give you some time to be to be by yourself. But even so, I didn't really want to leave you completely alone. She gives me a small smile. I can tell from the state of her eyes that she's been crying. Come on, I'm sure at least some of them are still waiting. Let's go talk to them again, hey? No, I'm done for the day. But if it isn't too much to ask, would you mind walking me home? Now it's my turn to smile. Of course, it'd be my pleasure. The streets are practically glittering in the evening light. It's truly a sight to behold. Part of me wonders just how I came to end up in this situation, but another part would rather simply let it happen, now that it is. Strange though it may be, I can't quite put my finger on it. Melody, this young woman beside me, quite an enigma. Striking in her beauty, and careful in her finesse, she's quite possibly one of the most arrogant people I've ever met, and yet I can't quite find it in myself to dislike her. Quite the opposite. In fact, I've grown quite attached. She's more straight-laced than most of our age, and carries with her a wisdom far beyond her years.
You know, I didn't really get any impression of Melody being arrogant. I don't know what they mean by that.
How curious, then, is it that she also comes across, at least at a glance, as incredibly naive and short-sighted at times. I wonder what life choices, whether her own or otherwise, led to the creation of one so endearingly passionate, but so adamant that such a fact remains hidden. Prior to joining the club, I had no idea she had passion for anything at all, outside of her studies. Even then, while she worked in class, it was always as if it was only to serve a greater purpose. Perhaps she has goals beyond school. I know she said she hasn't really decided on anything, but there's so much purpose to everything she does. She holds herself with such gravitas. Hey, you gonna say anything? Oh, my apologies, I was just thinking to myself. My apologies? What am I, a diplomat? That's alright, feel free. As long as it's not awkward for you, I don't really need to be talking till you be comfortable. Usually. I want to comment to make sure she's okay, but my thoughts drift elsewhere. It's not that I often drift in my thoughts, but today it's been taxing, let's call it. Oh, Melody's humming. Some nights I stay up cashing in my bad luck. Some nights I call it a draw. Wait, you know that? I smile at her. Of course I do. It was a hit a couple years back. Sure was. Not sure why, but I've been having all sorts of recent songs stuck in my head. Usually my music tastes are much older than that. She says nothing, but wordlessly moves a little closer to me as she walks. I take it as a sign of her approval. We continue on down the road a little ways before we split. There's no point in her walking me all the way. It would be dark long before she got home herself. So, with that, we end our night there, a little closer than we'd started.
October 31st.
After yesterday, for some reason, I'm feeling pretty exhausted. I didn't exactly do much. I headed out and worked for a couple hours at the cafe after I got home and changed, but not much else. Doesn't really feel like physical exhaustion either, more like emotional. Oh wait, I know this feeling. It's the one I get when I've been around people too long. What did the witch call it again? Emotionally drained or something? Whatever. Not like it interferes too much with my ability to write things down. Just makes me want to ram my pencil down the throat of anyone who looks my way. Yeah, I think I see the problem now. But hey, the good news is Monica doesn't hate me. Only, what's up with Yuri? I mean, I know what's up. I'd have to be a complete imbecile not to see it. Or that I just wish there was something I could do. Should I back off? Hell, can I at this stage? Not like I'm expecting it to go anywhere, but I sure wouldn't complain if it did, you know. It just means Yuri gets screwed in the process. I may not know her well, but to me that seems a little cruel. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I'll play it safe for the time being. I'll help Monica with her festival. It's the right thing to do. I won't do anything stupid or make any moves until after the festival, when we can all have the time to talk it out. It seems like the smartest move to make, for now. Besides, it gives me time to get to know them both and the situation a little better. Yeah, let's do that. Wait, how did I get so far behind? I can't quite put my finger on it. I click my tongue, tapping my finger against my temple. This question has me stumped, I'm not sure why. It's not exactly impossible, just slightly different when compared to what I'm used to. It makes it challenging to think outside the box to answer it. Oh, perhaps that's how I should approach it. By thinking of the question as a box, I should be able to better view it from an angle that might help me. Fascinating, how complex mathematics is able to get a higher level at the very least. And there, I can't believe it took me that long, but at least it's done. Nevertheless, it frees up my mind to focus on more important things. More important things than school. Goodness, my mind is falling apart these days. Maybe this club is more trouble than it's worth, absorbing so much of my study time. Running the debate club is at least clean, considering how much of the work there isn't standardized. This school hasn't had a literature club in over 7 years. The records that once existed are outdated and obsolete. I looked through them at the start of the year for inspiration, but found nothing. Instead, I had to create everything myself. It was a nightmare. I'm honestly thankful I had Yuri by my side to help me. Yuri. I can't imagine why she would... No, now isn't the time. I have things that need doing. At the absolute worst case, I can talk to Yuri after the festival. I sigh.
It's your inner monologue.
Yuri and I have been friends for almost as long as I can remember. We've never had a fight this bad. Worse still, I have no idea what caused it. Did I do something wrong, or was she so offended by the idea of her performance she reacted that way? It's rare to see her do something so drastic. She never gets so emotionally involved in anything, or not unless she has something to lose. Not for herself, of course. Is she trying to protect one of the other members? Was someone reacting superficially in her favor, but... Natsuki, it has to be. I can't believe I didn't notice. Natsuki was hesitant at first. No wonder Yuri lashed out. I don't know what to do. I've already submitted the application. Why did I do that? If only they weren't due that morning, I could have talked to them about it sooner. Maybe we could have avoided all of this. Ah. I slumped into my hands, running my fingers through my hair. What have I done? I've betrayed their trust, pushed everyone away from me. Monica, you fool. Dirty as usual. Most of the members beat me here, I assume. What? Only Melody? How strange. Hey, MC, I assumed I'd be the last one here. As did I, actually. I've only just arrived myself. Maybe they thought we weren't coming and left already. I doubt it. Melody grimaces. It seems she's thinking the same thing I am. I'd be upset if I weren't so disappointed. I can't believe I let this happen. Let this get so out of control. But hey, we've got planning to do. Maybe they'll show up later. Or maybe they're sick. I saw Sayuri in form class, so she's definitely here. I had chemistry with Natsuki in form class with Yuri. They're definitely all here. Did any of them say anything to you? No, not a word. I struggled to hide my wins, but Melody catches it regardless. Hey, it's not your fault, Monica. Come on, let's get some stuff planned out. I'm sure Sayuri at least has good reason. Maybe. She pauses, concerned, but probably because I've done the same. What is it? You're thinking the same thing I am, right? I don't think it's possible that yours managed to convince both of them. You're right. I'm overthinking it. Hey, it's okay. Everyone does when they're stressed. Come on, I've had a couple ideas for how we could lay out the room when it happens. Her sweet smile helps, but the nagging in the back of my mind won't leave me out that easily. I'll have to give it some time. Nevertheless, I do appreciate what she's doing for me. I had no idea she was so friendly when I first met her. She was always so cold and distant. Is this what she's really like when she opens up? How sweet. At long last, the other club members arrive. First Sayori. And then Natsuki bringing Yuri with her. I suppose that means the two of them were convincing her to come. Monika's called everyone over once again. Here goes nothing.
All I'm saying is that we should have the chance to opt out. If that's something we can do, perhaps we can support in other ways. But if we do that, there'll be like one person speaking. That's not exactly fair, is it? Well, no, but it's also not fair to push people to do something they aren't comfortable with.
The conversation drops instantly as all eyes turn to me. Monika's pleading with me for support. Sayori's, who desperately wants to support her friend Monika. Natsuki, who wants to find a way to make something happen but is too self-conscious to admit it. And Yuri, who dares me to try. I think we really should at the very least hear Monika out. We treated her roughly yesterday, and that was unfair. The eyes of the oldest members of the club looked toward each other, then toward Monika.
Monika, I'm sorry for what happened yesterday.
Well, I didn't know she had it in her to be so direct.
Yeah, so am I. It was unfair of us to shoot down your idea without hearing you out.
Yuri, however, simply looks away.
Yuri,
I don't want to hear it, Monika. Please. Have your festival stall. I don't want any part of it. She grabs her bag, making her way out of the room. Monika looks toward me, both confused and distressed.
I don't know what I did wrong. Oh, it's not your fault. She'll come around.
Natsuki bites her lips, straightening up.
I'll go have a chat with her. Just leave it to me. She'll be on board lickety-split.
With a small grin, she makes her way out the door, following Yuri. She leaves us behind, giving us a small nod as she sees Monika trembling against the desk. Hey, Monika, it's not your fault, okay? I dare not breathe a word of what I know. It may cause more trouble than it's worth.
Yeah, listen to Mel. We're all here for you. If you want to do something with the club, that's completely fine. We'll support you even. You have no idea how many times I thought about how to approach the topic. How many times I've worried about what you might say. And not once did it happen like this.
I grit my teeth. She expected resistance from Natsuki, sure. Maybe the fact that Yuri was so resistant tempered her in some way. But Yuri, haven't they been best friends since middle school? I can't imagine how this might be affecting both of them. Especially with what I know now. But if Yuri has these feelings, why would she blow up Monika? Would that not be counter to a wise decision?
Well, I don't know. It's almost like you cucked her or something.
I know, but sometimes people do unexpected things. You can't be prepared for everything, Monika. It depends on so many factors you'd never possibly be able to account for them all.
Not to mention, there are always things you don't know about people. It could be something that none of us could have ever known. That's hurting her.
Yes, you're right.
She stands up, breathing a sigh.
I'm truly thankful I have the two of you here. You're the best friends one could ask for. Of course, Monika. We'll support you, both as the president of the club and as our friend. I can't imagine how stressful it would be if you weren't here, and I had to do it all.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd trust Sayori to run a club, personally. She pouts in response, but Monika starts to form a smile.
It's not easy, not with the many personalities here.
But that's just it. We find a way to make it work. You always do.
And even when you don't personally know the answer, you have a team here, and then we'll help you find it. Take Natsuki. She knew she was the best person to try and talk to Yuri, so she did. She's on your side, no matter what she might say.
That's gotta count for something, right? Monika nods, agreeing. We continue our discussion, as Monika slowly comes to understand that as much as she needs the club needs her too.
I knew I'd find you here. Come on, we both have our moments, and Monika's far from perfect, but that was uncalled for. She's trying to do something to create a legacy for herself. That's very clearly a dream of hers, and the absolute least you could do is that her friend is here around. I grit my teeth. I've always known her to be stubborn, but this takes the cake. You, of all the arrogant, pig-headed, lazy, stubborn, holier-than-thou cretins I have ever had the displeasure to lay eyes upon, you take the cake. How could you possibly be so cruel to someone you supposedly care about? What the hell is wrong with you? Oh, and of course, now you decide to forget how to speak. The only time I want you to open your mouth. Unfreaking believable. And to think I came all this way because I initially agreed with you. Let me guess, you're only making a scene because you're too shy to appear in front of people, so you'd rather take it out on your friend. I drive my fist into the bookshelf next to me, splintering the wood. You're a freaking lost cause, Yuri. I can't believe I wanted to be your friend.
Did you know Melody went on a date with Monica over the weekend?
My blood runs cold as ice. What? What?
I find myself walking toward home alongside both Sayori and Monica. It's been a good afternoon, all things considered. We've planned for this festival, gotten a heap of stuff sorted already. I'm actually pretty happy with the work we've done, even if Yuri doesn't want to participate. I can't help but think part of it might be my fault. She must think I'm some kind of monster driving a wedge between her and Monica. But what else can I do? I can't not side with Monica, but every time I do, it feels like I'm sucking up to her. She's just right. There's nothing wrong with siding with someone you agree with. So why do I feel so guilty?
Hey Mo, you doing okay?
I grimace in response.
Well, that's definitive. What's bothering you, MC? Perhaps you can help. Goodness knows you've done more than enough for me over the last few days to warrant some return.
No, it's fine. I just need some time alone, I think.
Oh, that's okay. We can give you some space. I have days like that. I know what it's like.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that's me. Natsuki wants me. Sorry, guys. I'll have to catch you tomorrow.
She smiles and darts back in the opposite direction towards school.
I guess I'll take a slightly different route home and give you some space then, shall I?
No, Yeah, that's probably best. As desperately as I don't want to leave her side, I can't bring myself to fight for it. I'm as much a coward as I am a fool.
Well, I'll catch you tomorrow. If I don't hear from you sooner, and if you're feeling better, send me a message. If there's anything I can do to help, I'll do it all right.
Yeah, thanks, Monica. I wave her off and continue on down the road, now more lonely and cold than I was before, or perhaps lonelier.